Hi, this is Ms. Basin, and we're going to walk through how to create a graph in Google Drive. So you're going to go over here to Create, and we're going to go down to Spreadsheet. So then once you have your spreadsheet open, this is where you're going to enter your data. Now I'm going to use some data for some metals, the mass and volume of metals, but you're going to use your data from the Sugar Solutions lab. So I'm going to put my mass here, my volume here. So the mass from the particular experiment that I'm using was 2.72, 2.93, 2.45, and then my volumes 1.2, 1.4, 1.1. Okay, so then after I've done that, I'm going to highlight my data, and then I'm going to go to Insert, Chart. Okay, then once I get to this point, I'm going to click on the Chart tab up here, and then I want a scatter chart, and I'm going to pick this top one here. Okay, so then once I've done that, you can see you've got your plots pointed there, or your points plotted, and then I'm going to go to Customize. This is where you're going to do all your labels. So this is where I would put my label. So this would be mass and volume of silicon. So that was what my data came from. So your title is going to be relevant to whatever your lab is. I don't need a legend, so I'm going to say none here because I'm just, like I said, plotting points. And then down here where it says axis, this is where I can do my labels. So the horizontal axis is going to be the bottom. So for this one, the horizontal axis was mass in grams, so don't forget your units there. And then you can customize that as you want. Then I'm going to go to left vertical, and this one is going to be volume in milliliters. Okay, and again, you can customize as you want. So then once I've done that, that's all I need. I can go down if you want to change the colors, do other things, you can do that. Go to Insert. Okay, so then that's going to put your graph into your table. Okay, so now the next thing we need is we need that equation of the line. Now because this program doesn't have a function for that, we're going to have to tell it how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label this column slope equals, and I'm going to label this one intercept equals. Okay, then I'm going to format these two cells so that it just moves it over to the other side, so it makes a little more sense. And then here, I'm going to tell it how to calculate the slope and how to calculate the intercept. And then, okay, so then once you do that, I'm going to go up to the function bar here and tell it how to calculate slope. So I'm going to put in the mathematical function for that. So I'm going to do equal sign slope, and then I'm going to tell it where to get that data. So I'm going to do x over y, so volume is my x, and your x is going to be in that second column also. I'm going to do B2 colon B4, and you're going to choose however far down this goes. So for yours, you're going to have more data points. You're going to have B2, maybe to like B6 instead of just 3 like I have. Then your next one is going to be your A. So now we're going to go over here, and I'm going to do A2 colon A4, close parentheses, and then that's my slope calculation. Okay, so now to do intercept, same thing. I'm going to go up here, I'm going to type intercept, and then same data. So B2 colon B4, comma, A2 colon A4, close parentheses, and then that's your intercept value. Okay, so now once we have those, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. And then I'm going to write my equation down here. So we know that the format for our equation of the line is y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to fill in those values so that I have an equation I can work with. So y equals m is my slope, and I'm going to round it to 3 decimal places because that's what we did here. So y equals 0.613 x plus b. And in this case, b is negative. Yours is not going to be negative, but I have a negative 0.422. Again, rounding to 3 decimal places here. Okay, so that is your equation of the line. And then if you want to make that bold and do some formatting there so you can see it a little better, can center it and even make it a little bit bigger. So then that now is your equation of the line that you can use, and you can plug in those values and solve for one of those two variables. So depending on what situation you have, you can pick your y variable or your x variable, plug in for one of those, and then solve for the other.